Welcome to the ultimate backstage pass, the pulsating heart of the high school sports universe. Get ready to rock with the gang from the Corner to Corner podcast as they take their sports obsessions to new heights. Meet the dream team, Sean Kiper, Neil Payne, Adam Muncy, Wes Crouch, and Daron Stevens, as they unpack the secrets, emotions, and triumphs that light up our local sports heroes. Whether you're gearing up for a game or unleashing cheers from the stands, get ready for an exclusive scoop that'll knock your socks off. It's showtime!
Welcome to the From Corner to Corner Coaches Corner, presented by WinCity Sports Cards. This is episode 262. Thanks for joining us. Before we get started, we'd like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors who we are honored to be working with. Community Trust Bank, Kimsoft, WinCity Sports Cards, 22 Sweet Treats, CRC Roofing and Renovations, Kentucky Realty Group, Jacobs Auto Body, Kelwell Commissary and Simply Secure, and Brent Wee Hunt, Kentucky Farm Bureau in Frenchburg. If you're tuning in for the first time, please take a moment and like and subscribe to our pages. Be sure to share out to all of your friends. We're going to do a little bit of flip here. We've got Braden Powell here with us. He is the Clark County Boys Soccer coach.
He got overhated.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started with him, and then after that, then we'll do our Cornie Awards now that we've got our sound fixed out and stuff. For those of you that were tuning in for Twanny Beckham, it's going to be next week that he's going to be here on the 6 o'clock show, Wes. Is that right?
6 o'clock.
Okay. So he had a little bit of scheduling snafu, and we had to do some rearranging. And
we had to flip 20.
Listen,
Yeah.
I mean,
Flop the corny.
he's the GM for the basketball team that UK put together for the basketball tournament.
La
If they
Familia.
can win that, they'll win a portion of $2 million. So I think it's pretty important that he probably does that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Braden, thanks for hanging tight with us there while we were working out our technical difficulties. Congratulations on becoming the new coach, and welcome to the show.
Thanks, buddy.
Go ahead.
Oh, so Braden, for those that don't know about you, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So this will be year 4 for me, being a head coach in high school soccer. Originally from Mount Sterling, but I did go to GRC for 2 years. So I played there for 2 years, and after my playing days were over, I went to college and always wanted to be a coach, but didn't think I'd really get into it. And then as graduation was approaching, my senior year of college, kind of started looking around. It's like, maybe let's see one random night if there's any coaching jobs out there. And I saw that Paris girls soccer was up. And, I was like, well, you got to start somewhere. So I threw my name out there, became the head coach there, did that for a year. Then was lucky enough to go over to Model over in Richmond. Was the boys head coach there for the past 2 years, and really had no plans on leaving at all. I'm pretty excited about this upcoming season. I was going to have a good team. And then coincidentally, I got a call from my dad one day while I was working at school, and he's like, I got to talk to you now. And I was like, what's up? And he said, well, individual that just bought my house had mentioned that the GRC Boys job was open. I was like, oh, all right. So that kind of got me thinking. I was like, all right. I always said that was one of the jobs, if it came open, that I would go for it. So I did, and then I got the interview. And then I got married on a Saturday and got the GRC job on the Monday. So it was a good couple of days for me, but yeah. So I'm really excited to get things going.
So what do you know about the team that you are inheriting?
Yeah, so it's a good team. Montgomery County had a stranglehold on the district for 15, 16 years. I think it was 16 years straight.
No, you forget.
Yeah. But I know this past year, GRC, they finally broke that streak and won the district title. I actually was at that game. I was sitting in Montgomery County up in the stands watching it. So I'm inheriting a district champion, which I think is rare when you take over a new job, a program. Usually you're coming into a rebuild and things like that. I'm taking over a district champion who's, we're expected to bring back 10 plus seniors. So it's an really experienced group, and now I'm going from coaching 20 to 25 kids to a program of 40 to 50 kids. So it's a big
it's a big transition, but it should be a talented group, and I'm excited about it.
So have you been able to implement any off-season stuff? I know you. I mean, we're now in the dead period.
Yeah,
right. So I mean, we can't start back up to what, the 15th?
Yeah, the 15th. So it's been a whirlwind because I started off the summer doing open fields at a completely different school and a completely different program, and I got this job just 2 weeks ago. And when I got the job, I found out that a lot of my team was actually in Guatemala on like a mission trip, a soccer specific mission trip, playing and doing stuff like that. So with crazy schedules and things like that, and us just kind of me getting settled, we decided not to do any open fields or anything like that. But I have had a chance to meet a decent amount of the returning players, so I've got to do that. But we got the schedule down, everything like that. So really, I'm in this position now of putting my staff together and all that kind of good stuff. So once we do come out of the dead period, we're hitting the ground running, we're ready to go.
So what kind of things do you have lined out for your team coming out of the dead period?
So we'll come out. We'll have a couple open fields. So a chance for me to get out there and really watch the players and get a sense of where they're at and stuff ahead of tryouts. Then we have tryouts for 2 days, and then once we have that, then we're going straight into. We got a couple days of practice, and then that weekend, that Saturday, Sunday is the Bluegrass State games, where we'll have a bunch of teams coming into Lexington from across the state for 3 scrimmages. So I'm gonna have tryouts on Monday and Tuesday, and by that weekend, I'm gonna watch my team play and be coaching them for the first time. And really, going into a weekend like that, it's not so much about the results and things like that, because obviously, just a couple of days isn't too much to implement what I want to implement. So it'd be a chance, really another, opportunity for me to see them in a competitive environment and watch them play and things like that. So
Kind of see what kind of tools that you're working.
Exactly, yeah. And it's exciting. It's a chance to sit back and, reflect and kind of take notes and observe. And, all I'm going off right now was model. We played GRC last year. It was a really good game. It was 0-0 until about 10 minutes ago, and GRC scored and beat us 1-0. So really all I have to go on is that film, and then luckily the previous coach he's done a really good job of keeping a lot of player profiles and things like that, and stuff I've been going through here like crazy and stuff. So I'm doing as much as I can to gather as much knowledge and stuff as possible, but really you only know so much till you get out there and get a chance to really see them, especially in like a competitive environment like we'll have down in Lexington. So
I don't like the way they do the Bluegrass State games now. You used to have the pool play, and you come out of the pool play, and then you play in the medal round. Now it's just kind of round robin style, and you just go and you're guaranteed 3 games.
Yeah,
right?
it's 3 games, and
So I like it from that aspect that you get a chance to see your guys.
Yeah.
You get a chance to, and I mean, and you can kind of look at it like open gym and basketball in the summer league, that pretty much they're just go. You're going to tell them, hey, you go here and let's just go play.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you get to try some some goofy things that they may look at you and be like, Coach, what are you doing? I've never played here before. And it's like it's fine. Like this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But whenever you get past the Bluegrass State games, do you have a formation or a style, a strategy that you like to implement on your teams?
Yeah, so the way that my teams have played in the past, we're very much a possession-based team in the sense of my teams have usually averaged anywhere from 215 to 300 passes, if not a little bit more per game. So I really like my teams to have the ball, but it's not just keep the ball, we're not just going passing side to side. Like we're passing with a purpose. I always tell my guys we pass to move the opponents, not just pass to pass. And we like to, my big thing is my teams are very organized. That's what I pride myself on. It all starts in the defensive end for us. And this team I had this past year, in high school soccer, your goals you're going to give up goals. It's just it's the nature of it. But my team this past year, we were giving up maybe one or 2 goals a game, if that. And we held some really top opponents to we were very difficult to play against. And that's the big thing, is being organized and being difficult to play against. So once we kind of come out, I have specific styles and things like that I like to play, and formations and all that kind of stuff. But really it just depends on your personnel. I know some coaches are like, this is my way, we're going to make it work. But I believe in being flexible, and it just depends on your personnel and putting your kids in the best position, and you're just utilizing your strengths. So that's the big thing. We'll go out there and we'll kind of see that. But obviously I have my philosophies and kind of my things that I look for in a team that I want to implement. So we'll kind of go from there once we get an understanding of what we have and what we don't have.
So when the season starts and you're practicing in the dead of summer, how much focus early on, especially, will you emphasize into conditioning? Because you don't know what conditioning level you're coming into.
Yeah.
So I mean, there has to be a lot of filling out process, not only for the players, for you, but you for the players. So early season conditioning is big. Yeah. What kind of conditioning program do you run?
Yeah, so we're going to come out. We are going to do 2-a-days, which luckily they have done in the past, so the boys will be used to it. But we're going to do 2 days, so we'll have mornings. Mornings we're going to do conditioning and a lot of technical work, a lot of ball skills type things like that. So we'll do a lot of technical work, and then in the evenings we'll come back for training, where we can really get down and build those team tactics and our style of play and all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to hit it hard. My teams, we definitely I pride my teams on working hard and everything like that. So they're going to hit it hard when we get going, because, in a normal scenario, in a normal summer, I'd have through June where I'm having my teams do open fields and, they're all playing things like that. And then we come out of dead period and we're ready to go. But here, you're coming into a brand new situation and, we didn't have June. So everything's a little bit, sped up a little bit. So we're going to come out and we're definitely going to hit it hard. So conditioning will, it's always fun. That's the best thing about being a coach, I think, is you get to sit back all the time when you were a player and you had to run and run and run. And now you get to sit back and just watch people run. Yep. So that's always fun. I enjoy doing that. That's the fun part of coaching.
Right. So, I know that you said very little time, no time really with the team. Yeah. You got to meet some of them. You're going through previous coaches, reports, and you've looked at stats and everything. Are there any players that stand out to you from looking through that stuff that you're like, I'm really excited to see this guy play?
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful of guys that I think will lead us this year. Something that is so we're losing 2 all-state players from the previous team. So that's tough, and they both contributed a lot of the goals last year. So I think for us, based on what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've kind of known, is I think defensively we're returning a pretty solid core. I think the big question for us this year is where the goal's going to come from. And I think that's really going to be the case. And when I played at GRC my sophomore year, we were a really talented bunch, and we were really hard to break down defensively, but we just could not score. And I'm not saying that we won't be able to score, but I think that's just the big question mark right now, is where the goal's going to come from. And I think there's a few candidates for who can step up and fill that role, but obviously you don't know till you get out there and see. And I'm one of those coaches that I give opportunities to. I don't care if you're a freshman. I don't care if you're a senior. It does not matter to me. I've started freshmen over seniors in the past. I put out there who I think deserves to play and who's earned it. So, there'll be opportunities for young guys, and obviously you're going, like I said earlier, I'm going from 20 to 25 kids, and now I have 40 to 50 kids. Right. So it's, going to be a competitive environment, and that's what we want. I never want to, nobody just gets anything. You have to earn everything with me. And again, it doesn't matter what grade you're in. So, hopefully there'll be some young guys that can step up and maybe compete for spots like that. But I think that's kind of where we're at right now, just based off of everything that I've learned and what I kind of know going into the season. So,
looking over your schedule that I can find, because they're fixing the scoreboard.
They are, yeah, they are.
Sounds like Uncle Wes wants you to have the schedule.
On Max Prep, it pretty much just shows all your home games, other than playing Russell Independent up there. But you've got a pretty good home schedule. I mean, you start off with who you just left.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
But you've got Henry Clay at home. You've got Dunbar at home. Of course, you've got Montgomery County at home.
Yeah.
Somerset, that's pretty good.
The Jackrabbits.
Yeah.
So,
are they the Briar Jumpers?
Are they
Briar Jumpers? Briar Jumpers. Sorry, Somerset.
So it looks like you got a pretty good home schedule anyway.
Yeah. So, normally when you start making your schedule at around the end of November, beginning of December. So I inherited this schedule, and it's tough. It's a tough schedule. But there may be a few things I would have done a little bit differently, but for the most part, especially when you're at a bigger school now, you have to challenge yourselves. I'm not I don't want to play cupcake teams, because I would rather have, a 500 schedule and be battle tested and be ready to go in the postseason than compared to, having a cupcake schedule. Like, for example, my first year at Model, I got hired in late May, and the schedule was barely done, so I had to take whatever game I could get. And with all respect to those teams, we played a weaker schedule a little bit. There were some good teams in there, but for the most part, there were some weaker teams. And I think that showed when we got to the postseason. We weren't ready. I don't think we weren't battle tested. And then this past season at Model, we had a much tougher schedule, and we were ready once we got to postseason. So I believe in, we're not afraid of anybody. We'll play anybody. But yeah, there's some tough teams on there. Teams that that are out of the region that I'm just coming from. You mentioned Dunbar, and then Henry Clay, of course, is always tough. And then I think we have Bowling Green and South Warren in the same day. We're going down to Bowling Green for
the Purples Classic.
Yeah, the Purples Classic. So we'll be down there, and those are two top teams out there. So yeah, it'll be tough. It'll definitely be tough. And then obviously, Montgomery County. That's a game that people have circled, and we're excited. I'm definitely excited for that one. But yeah, Model. We get Model in a scrimmage. That's something Coach Bowler and I had scheduled back in November, December. We couldn't get a regular season game, so we're like, we'll just scrimmage, not thinking anything of it. And once I broke the news and took the job, obviously, I've had the Model players we've talked and stuff like that, and they were like, don't you dare take that off the schedule. So my former players are excited for it. I'm excited for it. So we're ready. It should be a fun one. So yeah. Yeah.
See, sorry, no, go on.
You had mentioned something about you playing younger players and stuff like that. One of the things that we've kind of picked up on from most of the Clark County coaches that we've had on here is they all have a really good working relationship with the middle school. And so have you had an opportunity to meet with the middle school coach yet and kind of see their philosophy and see if you can, kind of be on that same page there as well?
Yeah. So he actually was one of the ones in Guatemala. So I've not got a chance to meet him in person yet. But he has been on the staff for the previous two head coaches as well at the high school level. So yeah, it's really important to integrate the middle school as much as possible. I want to be there as a resource for them, and because these are kids that will be the future of your program, and luckily they're coming off an undefeated season in a championship in their conference. So which that's a big selling point as a coach too, coming in, know that you have some young talent coming through the ranks. But yeah, so I've got a chance to kind of talk to him, and we're going to meet and talk a little bit more as we go on. And but regardless, he seems like he's done a fantastic job and stuff. So I definitely want to keep that relationship and have that, know that the middle schoolers I'm going to be there, and it's not one of those things that I'll see you when the time you're a junior. It's not one of those things like I'm going to be there at their games in the spring and watch them and support them. And, hopefully some of those 7th and 8th graders will be able to come out to tryouts and make our team and have them at the JV. If you can get those guys early on in JV program and stuff like that, then they're there in your program for, 5 or 6 years. And that's just fantastic. So, by the time they are ready, varsity ready, then they're just, they're acclimated to your system, everything like that, and they're ready to go. So
you're coming from Model, not a bad program at all. Small program, small school,
very, very.
You're heading to Clark County, GRC, not a small school.
No, not a small school.
What do you anticipate some of the biggest challenges being going from a small school to a big school?
Yeah.
And what are some of the things that you're looking forward to moving on to a bigger school?
So yeah, like you said, Model, not a bad program. When I took it over, they were coming off a 500 season, and really there hadn't been much postseason success or anything like that. And I'm proud of what I've done there. 29 wins in 2 seasons, which was the most in a 2-year span since 2013 and 14. We just came off and we made it to the district championship game this past year in the return to the region tournament for the first time since 2013. We won our region All-A tournament for the first time in school history, which was great. We mentioned Somerset earlier. We played them in the All-A state tournament, and that went to a penalty shootout. It went 8 men deep in a penalty shootout. It was a fantastic game. They beat us, but still, so really proud of the stuff I did there. But yeah, it was a smaller program. We didn't have a JV team. So, I mean, instantly, that's one of your challenges right there is now, instead of just focusing on your varsity program, now I have to worry about the JV program and how do I implement that? How does that work in practice and so forth? But obviously that's a huge excitement now is instead, when you're coming to a smaller school, you kind of get, you're like, well, this is the group I have. and that's what you got. And now, I can pick and choose amongst 40 kids who do I want to be on my varsity roster. So that's a big selling point right there. It's exciting is you get to really handpick your roster. And obviously some groups come in that are a little bit more talented and so forth and so on. But you do get to have that. That's a big thing. But yeah, and then the step up in model, we challenge ourselves with our schedule, like I mentioned this past year, and it won't be too much of a change in terms of how I schedule, but being a bigger school and stuff, we will challenge ourselves more with playing some of those top Lexington teams like you see on the schedule now, which of course I didn't get a chance to make that, but obviously the previous coach had felt the same way in terms of playing Henry Clay and Dunbar and teams like that. And you need to challenge yourself because those are big schools, but so are you. So that's if you want to go where I want to take it, then you have to challenge yourself. So there's challenges in terms of your schedule and then just running the entire program. But there's also a lot of good things too, which at Model, I mean, I sat down one day and I wrote down every single thing that I did. And I know all coaches say, like, people don't realize how much you do. And that is true. And when I got into coaching, I never realized how much head coaches truly do until you get into it. But, at Model, I really, I did everything. I did everything for the most part. And with social media and just so on and so forth and all this kind of stuff. And now, I have a fantastic booster club that I've got the chance to meet, and they're amazing. They take care of so much stuff. And I got a chance to go out actually over to the field over at Strode Station, which is now the practice field for the boys mostly. And I hadn't been on that field since I think 2013 when we lost the district championship to Montgomery County. 1-0. I'll never forget that game. But yeah,
not that it stings.
Not that it stings you like that. And my teammates made me go out and get the trophy because no one wanted to get it. But anyway, whatever. I don't think about that one that often. But yeah, I hadn't been out there since that night. And they went out there to show me all the equipment and stuff. And I mean, it's just, I had a list of things that I would want and probably would need going into that meeting. And then they showed me everything that they have. And I was like, all right, yep, scratch that off. Don't need any of that. Rip that paper. I mean, I have all the resources, and everyone knows about the facilities over there as well. The game between Model and GRC this year was at GRC, and my sophomore year, my last year at GRC was the first year of the high school, and that was, before all the facilities were built. So coming back this year to play there, I walked in and I was like, oh my goodness, imagine getting to coach here and play here, and now it's happened. But yeah, so I mean,
did you know?
Exactly. I mean, you have the facilities, you have the numbers and all the equipment and everything. I mean, we have things that I'm going to have to find things to use those for. Like, I mean, we have so many things over there. So they've done a great job with the program and everything like that. And just, you have all the resources there. It's, now you just got to go out and win. So that's the big thing.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll come back and talk with Coach Powell and some more GRC Boys Soccer.
You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by CRC Roofing and Renovations. CRC sprung into life in the year 2000 thanks to Rusty Cerniglia's bold leap into entrepreneurship. Juggling a full-time job with his small gutter venture, he watched it blossom into CRC Renovations. Fast forward to today, CRC boasts a dream team ready to dazzle both homeowners and businesses alike with their top-notch services. You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by Jacob's Auto Body Repair and Paint Shop is the ultimate pit stop for all your car needs. With a combined experience older than your grandma's secret cake recipe, we're here to fix you up. Drop us a line at 859-274-7425 for a free quote and let us get those wheels rolling. Our yearly growth is like a high-speed chase fueled by the love and trust of Mount Sterling and beyond. It's all hugs and high fives to our amazing crew of customers for keeping our engines revving with success. Special thanks to Brent Wehunt, Kentucky Farm Bureau in Frenchburg, the sponsor of our Athlete of the Month program in Menifee County.
I thought you were going.
I was waiting on the cue.
So, Coach, we're back. We were talking about all the resources.
Mm-hmm.
Do you teach?
Yeah, so actually I will be teaching at the high school this year.
Okay, so what?
Yeah.
So what do you teach?
Special education.
Hey,
Yeah.
me too. How about?
There you go.
I actually work at the middle school. So, how many students were at Model?
So we had, I want to say, little over 200 maybe. I know each high school class, senior classes were like, I want to say 30 to 40 kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're walking into a school that has almost 2,000.
Yeah.
You should, I mean, you've got to feel comfortable that you can get 11 players.
Yeah.
That are pretty good.
Yeah. So we've gone ahead, and I think for tryouts right now we have, I think 55 to 60 already signed up for tryouts. And we still have plenty of time for more signups to happen. So yeah, I'm gonna have a good group to choose from. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
So what's some of that? Obviously we talked a little bit about Coach Vogler, and a lot of us know. I mean, he runs a really nice program.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a complete, like, it's not a rebuild, right?
No.
I mean, you mentioned that you're coming off of a district championship, and you inherit a lot of those players back, but you still have to. It's a little bit of a culture change. So what can your players expect the team to look like culture-wise as you start implementing that as the season progresses?
Yeah, so I'm coaching against Vogler. Just I got to do it the one time, and I've met him a few times, but he's probably a calmer presence than I am. Like, I'm a very energetic coach, and I'm not one of those that's on the sideline being a psych or anything like that. But I will say my wife always enjoys my celebrations when we score. She likes to video those. But yeah, no, I'm a very energetic coach.
One of those.
Yeah, I'm an energetic coach, and that's what people can expect. Is my teams, I always preach just their energy levels. When we come to practice, we're going to train hard. That's a big thing for me is, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but the effort has to be there. And then just the big thing is implementing, once the season ends, don't put the cleats up until next summer. That's my big thing is really pushing our players to, if they can play club, then go play club soccer if you can, because that's fantastic. And we did a good job at Model. We had a good majority of our team pushed and played club, which was great, and it just benefits the players. But we're gonna have kids that are other athletes in other sports, which is great. And then I'm gonna I'll find a way to do off-season stuff and everything like that. Just that's the big thing is I don't want my players to put the cleats up when the season's over. Continue to do that. But yeah, so like you said, it's not a rebuild, which again I think is kind of a little bit of a rare situation to come into, and coming into a senior heavy class. It's definitely a lot of upperclassmen, which is great. So but now it's about finding your leaders and things like that, and having that open dialogue with those seniors and saying, what did you like from the previous regime, and what would you like to see going forward, to kind of see how that aligns with what I'm thinking and kind of my vision for the program and stuff. So, it's definitely going to be a process, but it's a really good, at least, it's hard when you come into, if say I had majority freshmen and sophomores and stuff, that's tougher. That's definitely tougher,
Right.
But you're coming in and these guys, and now they've got a taste of winning, especially. That's a big thing. They got a taste of winning. So now, they're going to be hungry to repeat. And, obviously that's one of the big goals. One of the first things I circled and one of the first things I mentioned in the interview was, we're bringing it back. We're going to do back to back. So, with the district title. So yeah, there's some things to happen, but it's not a complete rebuild. So
You mentioned that have your players not hang up the cleats and just take the summer off, play club as much as you can, especially in spring.
Yeah.
You coached at Madison at Musa.
Yeah.
Is that something you're going to continue at Musa, or do you think you're going to, move to another club might be closer? I know FC Kentucky's right there in Winchester.
Yeah.
Is that something that do you just want to make sure your players just play somewhere? Well,
yeah, so I've coached club the past 2 years, and I really enjoyed it. I did decide to step away from Musa. So I initially had an offer from another club to come and coach, and I decided not to do it. When you coach, so I've been coaching 10 months out of the year. for the most part, and then just getting married here this past summer. It's a lot. I appreciate my wife, how supportive she is of everything, because it's hard. It's hard some nights, especially those road games when I'm not getting home until God knows what time, and then once I do get home, usually I'm watching film or things like that. So high school season takes a lot out of me. So I think in the spring, and again, I probably could be convinced if something, the right club came in and offered and asked me to do it. But the plan is to kind of take this spring off for myself personally after high school season. But luckily I know so many club coaches and club directors and things like that. So I have those connections and things that I can push my players towards and kind of offer that advice of where do I think is a good club for them, and so forth and so on. But yeah, even if it's not playing club, just whatever we can do to get guys to stay active with the game and stuff, and whatever we can do to keep them active, because you're not developing if you're putting the cleats up at the end of October, middle of October, and then they don't come out again until June or July. It's not it's not development on any level. So that's kind of a big thing.
So social media continues to be a huge thing.
Oh yeah.
Model we just mentioned, smaller school. Clark County at this point is almost a brand.
Yeah.
GRC's everywhere.
Yeah.
How can you utilize social media to benefit your players? Because at the end of the day, ultimately, it's all about trying to get the players that want to get to the next level, and building quality citizens to go out into the world. How can you utilize social media to better benefit not only your players but also your program?
Yeah, so at Model, that's one of the first things I did. I started up, we had a team Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I'm sure Wes has seen a lot of the graphics and stuff I used to make for Model. So that's one of my hobbies. I love making graphics, game day graphics, and all that kind of stuff. So that's a big thing of what I do, because I know the players really enjoy it, and then you're getting yourself out there, and that's one of the after games and things like that. I get on Instagram and I'm just scrolling through, what the other teams do tonight. Oh man, what are they doing, and so forth and so on. So one of the first things I did was, luckily, GRC had a boys soccer Instagram already going with, a pretty good following, but, so I've took that over now, and then, Facebook and everything, and Twitter. So, that is something that, a big thing of what I do with my coaching is kind of a little side hobby is I'll be, constantly making graphics and all that kind of good stuff, and putting our name out there and promoting our guys as much as possible, because that has become such a big thing. There's really not any programs that don't have some, whether it be X now, whether it be X or Instagram or whatever the case may be. Like that's a big deal. So yeah, I definitely will be continuing that.
I mean, it's a driving force behind our growth here. You know, I mean, we brought Daron on. He started doing all of our graphics and stuff like that, and he makes some really good graphics. But us being able to tag all of the different schools, the programs, the pages, and stuff like that, that's the only way we can drive.
Yeah, well, I mean, even, the Facebook, I think the GRC Soccer Facebook, they saw that, I was going to be on here tonight. They shared that and had that. They're like, everyone tune in and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just a big deal. And that was one of my first opportunities to connect and kind of say hello to everyone once I got the job was, through Facebook and things like that. And the receptions, I want to say thank you to everyone who has, reached out and sent their congratulations and stuff. It's been a fantastic, very warm welcome, and it's just been awesome. And one of my big things, I was like, I know I'm from Mount Sterling and Montgomery County, and but I'm not just saying this because I'm the coach and because I played there. I never was really into the Clark County, Montgomery County rivalry. I didn't like Bourbon. That Bourbon was the kind of, I don't know why. I just didn't like Bourbon County. That was kind of my thing. So that was what I was more into. So GRC and stuff.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Sorry, Bourbon County. Sorry. I know their coach. So I'll send him an apology later if he, but yeah. So,
this video is being recorded right now. He's going to put it on
bulletin board. Yeah. Bulletin board. That's one of my goals is not to do bulletin board. I've let myself down. But anyway,
there goes this two people.
So let's ask the elephant in the room question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've waited. I don't know how long we've been on the air. Do you think you can get Uncle Wes Crouch to wear anything GRC?
I was glad that. I'm glad you did.
It's not a good start. He knew I was coming in today for the interview, and he's decked out in his Montgomery County stuff, so it wasn't a good start.
You're only the second Clark County interview he's been here for.
I can put the ones up, but I can't put the ones up after this.
Well, you can't.
Last year, so But
that's got to be the goal, right?
Yeah. If I can, and my grandpa's, he's already committed. He's going to do it. My dad, Montgomery County graduate, he's already committed. He's going to do it. So, Uncle Wes is, yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Shelley's already said, why can't you wear red black?
And if Aunt Shelley says it,
Aunt Shelley says it,
it's because I bleed blue.
When you come in, the block in, fall back in.
There's another team that's red and black that is the same.
Yeah, and
I know that somebody doesn't like that either.
That is being the Cards and being red and black. I'm going to be very happy to have all my GRC gear and stuff, which I need to get. But it needs to specifically all say GRC because I can't just have Cardinal stuff on because I don't want the wrong impression. Because season ticket holder for basketball and football UK, like that's my life right there. Definitely bleed blue in that sense. So all my GRC gear has to specifically say GRC, so everyone's aware of which Cardinals it is. So,
well, Coach, I hope when you get the gear going that you do like the team store. Your boosters can probably set that up because I'm always looking to get more GRC.
Oh, yeah.
Adam hasn't hit you up yet, but he's a 2X, by the way.
2X. My stuff.
He doesn't like to buy stuff.
You give it to me.
I'll see what I can get. I gotta get some stuff on my own here.
I gotta take care of myself.
Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about GRC. There's a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
Take a second and talk about the team that you left at Model. Mm-hmm. You talked about, you made the district championship, made it to the region tournament, won the All-A region for the first time in school history. Yeah. You were there 2 years, building what seemed to be a really solid program.
Yeah.
Had to be a tough decision. This was a dream opportunity for you to kind of come back home.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the team that you're leaving.
Yeah, so really good bunch, and I will say, once I got the call that the job had been offered to me, I was over the moon. Of course, over the moon, super excited. Hugging the wife, everything like that. Like, oh my, I can't believe it. And after probably about an hour, the realization kind of hit me that what I was leaving, because I will say, I don't think maybe there was a coach in the state that was closer to his players than I was. I had a very, very tight-knit, just a great relationship with those players, and they meant the world to me. And they know that still. They know that. But it was, it's a group, especially the group of seniors that they'll have. That's kind of a group that I came in with and kind of instantly connected with was that group. They were sophomores at the time. And it was hard. It was really hard telling them that, that I won't be there. But, the schedule that we've set up for them, they'll be challenged, but there's a lot of success to be had for them. And, I'm as much as I can be there to watch. If I get the chance, I'll be there. I've told them I'll be in the stands. I love that group, and I'm very thankful to everyone at Model for, just opportunity and everything, because it was a fantastic experience. It really was. Some of the most fun I've ever had in my life was some of the games that we won and being on the sideline and everything like that. But, I wish them the best and everything, and I know that they'll, go on to continue to succeed. And we got a lot of compliments from a lot of coaches of top programs about how tough we were to play and the job that we have done. So again, I take a lot of pride in what we did there. And though it was just 2 short years, it felt like much, much longer than that. And a lot of work went into it, not just myself, but parents and then my assistant coaches. I had a fantastic staff. They're kind of in a coaching search right now. I'm excited to, I've talked to the AD a few times, and he's kind of, asked my opinion, got my opinion on a few things and stuff. So it's nice to still be in the fold and kind of get, because obviously that program means a lot to me, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But I have an interest in the continuation of it, what we've built. So it's just excited to see where they go from here and stuff. So
we obviously talk to Menifee County, Bath County, some of these smaller schools that are in an All-A division.
Yeah.
Is that something you're going to miss, especially is being in the All-A Classic?
Yeah.
You all won the region there last year.
Yeah.
Went on to state in the All-A Classic. So is that something you're going to miss in that aspect?
Yeah. Oh, it's such a fun competition. And, I've had other coaches that are like, we're jealous that you get to do that, and because when you play in a region that was as tough as our region, because, especially in soccer with, the region we played in is all the Lexington schools. And then you had, your Great Crossing and schools like that. So it was so tough. And so the All-A, we set our goals to go as far in region as we possibly could, but winning the All A is one of the first goals that we set every single season. And it's such a fun, unique competition. And I mean, there's you get the All A, and then there's the 2A for soccer as well. So those are really the only little unique competitions like that there are in the state. So, having the chance to win that, and the way we won it on a penalty shootout. Our starting keeper got hurt. He broke a couple bones in his face in the semifinals, and we had a freshman step up who it was his first game ever. Is in the All A region championship game. That's his first career start. He played great, and then we made it all the way to a penalty shootout. And then we decided to pull him and put in a field player who had previously played goalkeeper in a few years before that. And he stepped up and he saved 2 shots, and then the other team, they got another one. So they missed all 3 and we made all 3, and then we celebrated like crazy. That's kind of one of those I'll never forget. So yeah, the All A is definitely a special, that's a special competition. I'll definitely miss that, but I don't think they'll let us play in it now with our size.
I was gonna say, but you're just a little outside.
Yeah. I don't know if we can get a guest invite or something like that, but yeah, I'm excited.
And they don't play a 6A classic because that's basically your region.
It's called
right. Yeah. So how do you go about being at a big school? How do you go about drumming up student support? How are you going to be one of these guys that's in the hallways all the time? You're talking up, hey, we got a game tonight, come out. All the things.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, was being at a smaller school, and working there as well as a teacher. I got to meet majority of the students within 2 weeks of being there, and I knew majority of the students, and they were very supportive. And like, for example, when we played Somerset in that state All A game, it was at Somerset, and the crowd was 3-1 model probably. Like, we brought a lot of fans and stuff, and between the administration and students and stuff, the support was great. But yeah, going to GRC now at a much bigger school, luckily I'll have the opportunity to work at the high school, which I was originally supposed to work at the elementary school at Strode Station. But now I'm going to get the chance to work at the high school. So it'll be great being there in that environment, being around all the students and stuff, and hopefully we can give them a reason to come out, and to support us. And I fully expect that. I know, from my times being there, and then, my time going, being at Montgomery County and stuff, GRC's always had a fantastic student section and things like that. And they, I know the community really supports all the sports programs. So hopefully we'll give them a reason to come out, support us. But, the multiple times that I've been to GRC games, boys soccer and girls soccer both, I mean, the support's been great. So, being in the hallways, kind of getting people to come out. And again, social media is a huge part of that as well, trying to drum up some interest and support through that. So, we'll continue to do that, and hopefully we'll get people out to the games, and we'll hopefully put on a show. Especially, like we said, we got some big games at home too, so we're going to need it. Yeah, we're going to need the support.
So you talk about being a film junkie. I assume that you're also a stats junkie.
Yeah.
You were talking about how many passes that you completed in a game. Mm-hmm. I've coached for a long time. I've never once thought about how many passes we completed in a game. So you also talked about goal setting. A lot of those go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. What are some of your non-negotiable goals that you come into every season? If we can do this, and this, we're going to be successful.
Yeah. So, kind of hitting on the, on the stats kind of first is, now, and when you go to, whether that be a club soccer game or high school soccer games, a lot of times you'll see the cameras now that a lot of the programs have, these cameras that record the games by themselves. And luckily we were able to have that this past season. And I mean, every stat you could want: shots on goal, how many passes you made, heat maps of like where you possess the ball the most, player, all that kind of stuff. So, that's a big part of what I do. I guess if you want to call it analytics and stuff. So yeah, that's a big part of what I do, and I'm looking forward to continuing that this season. But yeah, kind of one of my non-negotiables again is I pride my teams on the defensive end first, because that's where it starts. If you got to win a shootout, you win a shootout. But, when my teams give up more than 2 goals a game or something like that, I get pretty frustrated, because I want my teams to be very, very organized, and start there on the defensive end. So, my goal is a goal or less a game. We want to pitch shutouts if possible. So that's kind of one of those non-negotiables, is everyone buys in defensively. It's not, well, I'm a forward, I'm a striker, I don't have to defend. No, everybody defends. That's a non-negotiable with me. Definitely one of those. And then going forward, one of my big things is when we go forward, it's not, whether you have, so even if, let's say you have one of your best players is a forward or striker, it's not, let's pass it up to them and watch. Everybody's involved. My players are always moving, offensively, defensively, we're always moving. That's a big thing with us is I can't stand when I see us, we've won the ball, we've moved it up the field, and I look and I have two players who are hanging back, and I'll get no, got to get up there. Energy, that's always expected with my teams, is energy levels and just commitment to the team and that kind of thing. So kind of few non-negotiables and stuff, but again, a lot of the things that I want to implement and things I want to do really depend on, again, the personnel, and that'll all come from that evaluation period that we're going to have here soon. So I can really sit down and be like, this is what we have, and this is where we need to go from there. These are the kind of non-negotiables we need to build in based on what we have, and so on and so forth. So.
All right, guys, we're going to take one last commercial break, and we're going to come back and finish up with Coach Powell, GRC's new boys soccer coach.
Special thanks to Kim Soft, our title sponsor of the From Corner to Corner Athlete of the Week in Montgomery County. KimSoft Eco-Friendly Industrial Services is your go-to squad for all things squeaky clean in the commercial and industrial world. Based in the heart of Mount Sterling, they are your friendly cleaning wizards, serving up sparkling magic in areas like Lexington, Louisville, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Huntington, and beyond. Let's turn that grime into shine. Feeling jittery about diving into the world of property? Fret not. Let Kentucky Realty Group help. Whether you're gearing up to buy, sell, or just need some guidance, let their expert team help sprinkle in some magic on your experience. From cozy condos to grand mansions, they've got your back. Seeking a fixer-upper, a slice of luxury, maybe a peaceful rural retreat? They've got the keys to all those kingdoms. Dive into their treasure trove of listings and let the property adventure begin. You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by Tutu's Sweet Treats, where you can treat yourself to our divine lineup of desserts that will dance on your taste buds. Whether you fancy gooey chocolate brownies or our deliciously moist cakes, we've got a treat for every sweet tooth out there. Give yourself a sweet escape and take a bite of pure bliss. It's time to surrender to your cravings, grab a fork, and dig into our homemade goodies for a dose of sugary happiness.
Hey guys, welcome back to the From Corner to Corner Coach's Corner as we get ready to wrap up here with Coach Brandon from Park County.
Braden Powell.
Why did I say Brandon?
He's never going to come back on the show. Got his name wrong.
I've been Brandon my whole life. It's okay.
Well, so we asked you before we went on the air.
Mm-hmm.
You got any funny Uncle Wes Crouch stories that you could share?
Well, I would say, as the years have gone on, Wes is more quiet at the family events now.
So he's learned his lesson.
Well, there's usually a couple characters that are still in the show. So yeah, Wes.
I was about to say maybe Wes, one of them, Mason.
Yeah, Mace. Well, as he's gotten older, he's become a little bit more quiet too at the family events in terms of because our grandma's she's pretty out there, so she kind of steals the show. We love her to death, but she steals the show for the most part, and then. But so, off the top of the head, not a lot of great stories come to mind. The best thing about Uncle Wes is just talking ball. You can sit there and talk ball with Uncle Wes. That's a good thing.
He's the Rolodex.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then asking about his 74 fantasy football teams that those are always great. Love talking fantasy football.
And he was actually playing fantasy football in 74.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You had to go by the Mount Sterling Advocate to see how
But yeah.
Well, so one of the things that we like to do, and I say we, I'm never included in this because I don't ever do it, but they go live to games. What's the chances we can get GRC and live stream a soccer game,
Come on.
I know that Uncle Wes would love to be the lead voice
Absolutely.
for a GRC soccer game.
He would love to be donned in his red and black.
It would look so good.
That's what I was going to say. If he's going to call it, he's got to wear.
That might. Yeah, we got to work that part out.
From corner to corner, not
No.
But you got
Family
you
ties.
don't go on the road
Family
show
loyalty.
without the swag.
I don't know. I noticed there was a comment on here after we talked about the red black, and Mason says, "I'll be repping red and black." It's like,
The whole family.
The whole family. Everybody.
Mom goes on board.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in and be like,
You know who we need to get on the case?
Who's that?
Grandma.
Yeah.
"Oh, she's already bought her red and black."
Exactly.
Oh, she's ready to go.
Stadium chair.
Right. You
Yeah.
Listen,
You let
ready to go.
Grandma Uncle Wes won't support.
I have a
Oh, it's
pullover that you can borrow.
No, I'm good.
Wes,
Go
come on.
Braden.
No, here's where we start.
Christmas.
The start is a visor. We got to get a new visor.
Yeah, no, yeah. Wes has always been a visor guy, so yeah, we're gonna have to get a new.
And that's an ugly head. I'm surprised he didn't full hat guy.
It's not all that big. It's just gray.
It is great. It is great. So, as we wrap up here, Coach, what's one of the things that you're most looking forward to?
Just getting out there with the boys, really, because
Seeing Wes in red and black.
well, it's like 1A, 1B. But just getting out there with the players, because getting hired when I did and stuff, and like I said, with not being able to get out there to do any kind of open field kind of pregame, kind of pre-tryout type stuff, I'm just antsy, and especially dead period. As much as like dead period's that time to kind of relax and for everybody to relax and stuff, I got soccer on my mind. I'm ready to go. I'm doing. There's just so much stuff that goes into it, to the season and stuff, and I'm just ready to get it going. That's really the big thing I'm looking forward to, and it's just getting out there, because I'm antsy right now.
Speaking of soccer on your mind, and you're wearing the U.S. shield,
Yeah.
USA shield. So
Yeah.
how do you think they're going to do in the Cup?
Well,
American Cup now.
I thought the other night, obviously, it was important to get a win to kick things off. I thought they played okay. I didn't think it was a great performance. I thought they were okay. They have to finish better.
They're missing Burl.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not.
Canada score. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, no, I think the tough thing is after they get out of the group, whether they win, whether they finish first or second in the group, assuming they get out, which I think they will. You have a matchup with Brazil or Colombia on the horizon, which Colombia just beat us 5-1.
But Brazil,
And Brazil won. Well,
it was a tie.
Yeah, so it's a tough matchup either way. Once you got,
Glad you recovered from that.
But
ties feel like losses
Yeah.
to America.
this is that's true. It's true.
Never lost.
But no, I will say for the U.S., this is the most talent I think the U.S. has ever had, at least in my lifetime. So it's really exciting. I just want to see them do something with it.
But it always seems like we have these, and then we just fumble the bag. What are we doing?
Well, it's just getting to a point where I think we're the best team in CONCACAF. Like, we've proved that, beating Mexico, multiple times and everything.
You mean little brother?
Yeah, now little brother, Dos Acero. But so it's getting to the point now, though, like when you go to a World Cup or when you get in competitions like this, can you actually go and knock off like a Brazil, or being an Argentina might be tough, defending World Cup champs, but but like it's like in the past World Cup, we got knocked out by the Netherlands and stuff, and it was a 3-1. I think the 3-1 was that score. I got engaged that day, so I was nervous about getting engaged, like proposing later, but I was like also very nervous about that game, and that kind of put me in a bad mood going into my engagement.
More.
There you go.
Whatever.
Yeah, she's
Give you a ring and America loses.
Yeah, she's used to all the I'm across all sports. I have issues. She's used to seeing all the my reactions and stuff to sports games and everything. But yeah, so I'm excited about the U.S. Watch them on Thursday, see how they do against Panama, and kind of go from there.
So, Coach, anybody that's out there listening, if they don't know, how can they keep up with GRC Boys Soccer?
Yeah, so you can follow us on Instagram. I believe the handle is GRC_soccer, I believe. If that's not correct, don't
Don't kill the messenger.
Don't kill me. I just took it over. I've only been coach for 2 weeks. But yeah, and then we have a public Facebook group as well. GRC HS Boys Soccer, I believe, is what that. And then we're also on Twitter as well under GRC Soccer or it's either GRC Boys Soccer. Again, still got to memorize the handles. But yeah, I'll be putting plenty of stuff on there. I got, I'm workshopping stuff right now. I use Canva, so I got my Canva. It's full of GRC stuff ready to go. I got, schedule drops and all that stuff ready to come. So yeah, they can keep up with us there. I'll be posting stuff on my Facebook and everything as well. So yeah, we'll be very active.
As you said, it's dead period, obviously. But it says here July 15th and 16th.
Tryouts. Yeah.
Looks like 7th, 9th grade is 5:30 to 7, and 10th to 12th grade is 7:15 to 8:15.
Yeah, so we're gonna have 2 separate tryouts for different age groups, and like I said, we have almost 60 kids signed up right now, and I expect that number can go up a little bit more between now and tryouts, and it should be a very competitive tryouts because we can't take everyone. As much as I would love to have 60 kids and develop them all, we can't take everyone. So it should be a very competitive tryout. I'm excited for it.
So, well, Coach, good luck this upcoming season.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Hopefully this isn't the last time that Uncle Wes can pull you on the show.
Hey, I'm around. I'm anytime you guys want me to come on, I'll be around.
Well, and next time maybe the season will be going on, or at least start it, and you can bring some athletes with you.
Yeah, we could do that, or maybe I can come back in October and have a big trophy sitting here beside me. That'd be 100%. Nice. Yeah, that'd be nice.
We always love trophies on the show.
Absolutely,
Sean.
Guys, hang tight just for a few minutes. We'll do some commercials, and then we're going to come back and we'll do the Cornie Awards. So.
The team at Community Trust Bank believes in making financial dreams come true. Just like a fairy godmother, they work tirelessly to ensure their clients have the security and support they need, while also helping them create a magical future. With a touch of personalized service and a sprinkle of expertise, they guide their clients towards their goals, whether big or small. At Community Trust Bank, they are not just about managing money, they are about nurturing dreams and building a prosperous future for all who walk through the door. Join their family and let them make your financial wishes come true. They are your friend in banking. Member FDIC. You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by CRC Roofing and Renovations. CRC sprung into life in the year 2000 thanks to Rusty Cerniglia's bold leap into entrepreneurship. Juggling a full-time job with his small gutter venture, he watched it blossom into CRC Renovations. Fast forward to today, CRC boasts a dream team ready to dazzle both homeowners and businesses alike with their top-notch services. You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by Jacob's Auto Body Repair and Paint Shop is the ultimate pit stop for all your car needs. With a combined experience older than your grandma's secret cake recipe, we're here to fix you up. Drop us a line at 859-274-7425 for a free quote and let us get those wheels rolling. Our yearly growth is like a high-speed chase fueled by the love and trust of Mount Sterling and beyond. It's all hugs and high fives to our amazing crew of customers for keeping our engines revving with success. Special thanks to Brent Wehunt, Kentucky Farm Bureau in Frenchburg, the sponsor of our Athlete of the Month program in Menifee County. Special thanks to Kim Soft, our title sponsor of the From Corner to Corner Athlete of the Week in Montgomery County. Kim Soft, eco-friendly industrial services, is your go-to squad for all things squeaky clean in the commercial and industrial world. Based in the heart of Mount Sterling, they are your friendly cleaning wizards, serving up sparkling magic in areas like Lexington, Louisville, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Huntington, and beyond. Let's turn that grime into shine. Feeling jittery about diving into the world of property? Fret not. Let Kentucky Realty Group help. Whether you're gearing up to buy, sell, or just need some guidance, let their expert team help sprinkle in some magic on your experience. From cozy condos to grand mansions, they've got your back. Seeking a fixer-upper, a slice of luxury, maybe a peaceful rural retreat? they've got the keys to all those kingdoms. Dive into their treasure trove of listings and let the property adventure begin. You're listening to the From Corner to Corner podcast, brought to you by Tutu's Sweet Treats, where you can treat yourself to our divine lineup of desserts that will dance on your taste buds. Whether you fancy gooey chocolate brownies or our deliciously moist cakes, we've got a treat for every sweet tooth out there. Give yourself a sweet escape and take a bite of pure bliss. It's time to surrender to your cravings, grab a fork, and dig into our homemade goodies for a dose of sugary happiness.
Who's that? I don't know. No clue. They just looking.
Hey, and we are back.
Hey, real quick, I want to do a public service announcement.
Okay.
If you drive by the studio on recording days, Steve, honk the horn.
Absolutely.
Let them beat on the window.
Somebody
That one just went by 100 miles an hour.
If that car wasn't going 60, it wasn't going nothing.
Holy moly.
Munis.
It was just a blur.
Munis. Something. Press it against the window. We don't clean these things.
Oh, we had somebody walk by a while ago and take a picture of our QR code out there and then gave us the DX chop.
Well, it was
Must be a fan
It
of
was
the show.
before.
It was before.
We do clean the windows. Merchandise director just swept the floor and cleaned the windows before y'all got here tonight.
Nice. On the outside? Who did?
She did not do the outside.
Well, see, somebody else
does
does
the inside.
Oh, that's why I sort of put their butt up against the outside of the window. I don't want them coming in here putting their butt on the window.
Oh my gosh. All right. So we are here ready to get started on our.
Do we have? So mad because I interrupted him again.
What now?
Why are we wearing neckties?
I was
We gotta
just
be
about to announce that.
We gotta be fancy. Oh, were you?
Fancy like Applebee's.
We are fancy like Applebee's.
Fancy like Waffle House.
All right, we're sorry. Quiet on set.
Drunk night.
It's the Cornie Awards.
Do we have an intro music for that?
Oh, chicken wow.
So those of you that have followed us from the beginning, we did the Cornie Awards generally at the end of each calendar year. That would normally just be overall like pro sports, college sports. With the success that we've had with our local sports programs, we thought it's more of a local sports thing.
We did think that.
So we have come up with 7 categories.
Wow.
That we will be awarding tonight. And those are Boys Coach of the Year, Girls Coach of the Year, Female Athlete of the Year, Male Athlete of the Year, Moment of the Year, Team of the Year, and our Internet Sensation War School Spirit Award. And where the winner gets their jerseys hung up in the cases on the back wall here for the 2024-2025 school year. I know the last before we started recording, we were over 3,000 total votes on that in the time frame. 2 top teams in competition are Menifee County and Montgomery County. So we will find out shortly as to who wins that award. So,
and they get a reward.
They do get a reward.
You win the award, you get a reward.
Right. So, anyways, without further ado, our first category is Boys Coach of the Year.
And I'm going to do the honor.
There's a video.
Nice.
The nominees for Boys Coach of the Year are
They go, wow.
Patrick Armitage, Kevin Miles, Leonard Lawson, David Haney, John Weiss,
Okay, so as you can see, we had Patrick Armitage, our Bath County baseball coach, Kevin Miles, the Montgomery County soccer coach, Leonard Lawson, who is the bowling coach for Montgomery County. David Haney is the esports coach for Montgomery County, and John Weiss was the fishing coach for Montgomery County. All of these guys had great years. David Haney has done a great job with his esports team, has won 2 straight state titles, got to the runner-up again this year. I'm convinced they lost because me and you watched, Wes. I mean, because they were fine until we started watching. Bowling had a strong performance last year, and then this year they got to the 8th region semifinals. Boys soccer, district runner-up. Bath County baseball had a 26-10 record this year, and then the fishing coach, regional champs, went to state, and then just in the last couple of days, one of his fishermen, along with Clark County, won a world championship.
I mean, listen, I've won a lot of things in my life. I've never won a world championship.
Right. So all great candidates there, but in the end, there can only be one winner. And without further ado, Adam, I think you have the envelope.
I do, and I'm going to find out at the same time with these people.
All right.
Because I have no idea who it is.
All right. And our winner is...
Balloons. Balloons is the winner.
Yeah, Balloons. Let's go take it home.
Mr. John Weiss.
Woo! Congratulations, Coach Weiss. I think Coach Weiss won. We can never underestimate the addition of Coach Cobb.
Absolutely.
Coach Cobb really is a huge part and a huge help.
Great support staff there for sure. Great support staff. So congratulations to John Cobb and
John Weiss.
John Weiss.
John Weiss. John Cobb. John Cobb and Chris Weiss.
Them together. John Weiss for winning Boys Coach of the Year. Now our next category is Girls Coach of the Year.
The nominees for Girls Coach of the Year are Matt Puckett, Mark Collier, Chris Spoonamore, Laura Cottle, Chris Shaw,
That would be your cue, Sean.
Sorry,
Kicked it, actually.
yes, I was reading here. So, all right. So as you can see, our candidates, we had Matt Puckett, who was the Montgomery County softball coach, led the team to the state tournament. Mark Collier, Bath County ladies coach, led their team to their best record in almost 30 years, and he was the EKC Coach of the Year. Chris Spoonamore, the Montgomery County ladies golf coach, they went to state and finished 9th at state. Laura Cottle is the tennis coach. They were region runner-up. And Chris Shaw took the cheer team to national placement of 20th.
There's some heavy hitters on the girls' side there.
Definitely. And this was a tough choice for all of us, right?
Was it?
Because, I mean, there was a lot of...
Did I vote?
I did.
I think so. I think I remember voting.
Well, I mean, it's not because you didn't have the choice. So, but anyways, definitely some heavy hitters there, like you said. But ultimately, our winner is Matt Puckett, who is our coach of our lady softball team. Congratulations, Matt.
I'll tell you what, you talked about that one more time. It's going to be a Will Smith thing on this set.
Keep my friend's name out of your mouth.
I have bad reflex, just so you know.
I have acid reflux.
All right, next category is Moment of the Year.
The nominees for Moment of the Year are Reagan only breaks 2 state records in one swing. Payton Burgess earns the first triple-double in Menifee history. Ashton Barrett breaks the Bath County all-time scoring record. Grace Rogers breaks the Menifee County stolen base record. Savannah Jarvis becomes the first Lady Indian to record back-to-back triple-doubles.
Poor favor.
Another deep class here with this award right here. We've got Reagan Oney, obviously breaking the Kentucky State home run record and the single season among other records. Ashton Barrett, Bath County all-time leading scorer in basketball, men's and women's. Peyton Burgess records the school's first triple-double. Grace Rogers tied for 5th in state all-time for consecutive stolen bases. And then Savannah Jarvis here in Montgomery County had back-to-back triple-doubles and the first in ladies' history as well. So, all great big moments. We were at a lot of these, right? We were able to see a lot of these things.
I wasn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw the Reagan one. We saw the Ashton one. I think we saw the Payton one. Did we not? Was we not
No,
at
we
that
didn't.
one?
No, it was at
That
the,
was a game right after we called.
And I
yeah,
know
it was
you
at the All A region.
You saw both of the Savannah Savannah ones as well. So definitely a jam-packed category there as well. But the winner for moment of the year is Ashton Barrett. Congratulations, Ashton. That was a pretty cool moment to see. We were there for that game. The whole arena knew they were counting down because the minute she broke that record, the place went crazy. So
It's not every day that you get a player break the all-time school record.
Boys or
Female,
girls. Yeah.
male. So
Right.
really good moment.
absolutely,
She's got that Angel Reese in her. Or as you could say, she's got that dog in her.
Got that Barbie in her.
There you go. There you go.
Got
So-
that dog.
Our next category is Team of the Year.
The nominees for Team of the Year are Montgomery County Lady Indian Softball, Menifee County Girls Basketball, Bath County Girls Basketball, Montgomery County Golf Team, Montgomery County Cheer Team,
There's one of the last ones I did.
There we got those. All right, Team of the Year.
Team of the Year.
We had Montgomery County Softball
Team of the Year.
going to state tournament. Montgomery County Golf Team going to the state tournament. Bath County Girls Basketball, school record for wins in a season. Menifee Girls Basketball won the All-A region and made it to the All-A state tournament. And then Montgomery County Cheer Team, who made it to Nationals. So some great success from all of the teams on this list here. Tough choices across the board there, but I believe, Wes, you have the envelope?
Don't Steve Harvey this, Wes. Do not Steve Harvey it.
I do.
Blues win again.
And the winner is
The winner is the Montgomery County cheerleading team.
all right.
Wow. Good job.
You make it to nationals, it's kind of hard to overlook something like that, you know?
I said to you all earlier today that, nothing to take away from Reagan or from
Ashton.
Yep.
but they're superstars. You take the superstar off the team. I'm not saying the team's not any good, but when you have a team that everybody has to know kind of what everybody's doing, that's the ultimate team aspect. So congratulations to them. 6th place finish in state, 20th place finish in nationals. Really good year.
Wes, Thank you for being such a huge part and help for the cheerleading squad. If we were a pyramid, you would be the flyer.
Oh, I'm glad you think you can hold me up.
I mean, you're the lightest out of the bunch.
I mean,
I can't stay up.
So, never mind.
Oh, shoot. All right. Next category is male
let's make a
athlete of the
commercial
year.
first. No.
The light's red. The light is red. I feel like Herman Boone. The light.
I changed my mind. We were going to do a commercial when we were doing this at 6 o'clock.
Right.
Now we're rolling.
Right.
Go on.
Male athlete of the year.
He flipped the light to red. Like, he's not offside.
The nominees for Male Athlete of the Year are Brevin Ricker, Noah Wallace, Adam Vernon, John Shelby Stevens, Brett Markham,
All right. And so our nominees for Male Athlete of the Year were Brevin Ricker. He was the Menifee County, he became Menifee County's all-time scoring champion. Noah Wallace, single game record for goals scored in soccer, Montgomery County. Adam Vernon, Montgomery County, 17th at state in pole vault. John Shelby Stevens, third at U.S. National Trials in archery, Montgomery County. And Brett Markham went to state for the golf team in Montgomery County. So, all good qualifiers there on that one as well. Who's got this one? Neil got this one?
Well, I guess that's me. It's finally my turn to talk. I haven't got a chance to talk.
Poor old you, right?
Hey.
The winner is
Balloons.
Balloons again. Balloons is really racking up today.
Just trying to build anticipation.
I like
That's all I was trying to do.
It was a great pause.
Thank you.
He's trying to say how long he can go for it. I'll hit the button first.
Darren's like,
Brevin Ricker.
all right. Congratulations, Brevin, on becoming Menifee County's all-time scorer. And our next category is Female Athlete of the Year.
The nominees for Female Athlete of the Year are Ashton Barrett, Payne Barrier, Reagan Oney, Peyton Burgess, Maddie Easterling.
Okay, so our candidates for that, we had Reagan Oney, who broke the state record for home runs, single season among others. Ashton Barrett, Bath County's all-time scorer in basketball. Hayden Barrier becomes a 2,000-point scorer from Montgomery County. Peyton Burgess averaged a double-double and went to state track in 3 events. And Maddie Easterling, who qualified for state in girls golf. Another loaded category. And we're going to add Clark County to this next year, so it's going to be even tougher to narrow this down to 5 per category.
Great.
But
Will
that be...
We can do one per school.
Probably one per school, yeah. But that being said, the winner of Female Athlete of the Year is...
Call me Adam Allison. I'm building drama. That's what I did there. Miss Softball herself, Reagan Oney.
Reagan, congratulations, Reagan. You are the Female Athlete of the Year. All right, now.
Be the most important award that she's gotten so far. I mean, Miss Softball.
No, it's definitely she got corny female athlete of
Miss
the year.
Softball, the Johnny Bench Award.
Right.
Those don't matter.
No, she got the corny.
Yeah.
All right, and
Vegas
now
has already updated odds, by the way. Sierra Byers is going at minus 450 to be next year's female athlete of the year. Just throwing that out there.
I'm gonna get on Graph and Trash Shark now.
all right. So the last category that we have is our School Spirit Award. Daron, do you have the updated numbers, sir?
I do.
I don't want to hear this.
3,347 votes.
Wow.
At 9 o'clock last night, we had 1,115. So we've put up
2,200 votes in
2,200 votes
24 hours.
in 24 hours.
Everybody slept on this competition for 2 weeks, and it all happened in one night.
Clark County, 4th place, 107.
All right.
Bath County, 3rd place at 170. Montgomery County, 2nd place, 1,301.
So who do we think won this?
Menifee.
My God. So
Winifee, 1,769 votes.
That's more than their population.
I can't wait to see the Menifee County football jersey in the kegs. It's going to be really exciting.
Shots fired to friend of the show, Paul Alfred.
Congratulations to Menifee County. Hey, they've got plenty of other sports that they can pick from to put up in the cases. So
maybe we can get an athletic director, polo.
Maybe we can have a polo.
Yeah, there you go.
Who's
So
over 30 this year?
congratulations to Menifee County. Starting the school year, your jerseys will be hanging in the cases on the wall. So
bring them on over.
Now, next year, you'll have to try to defend your title. So, well, guys, that was fun. I look forward to this being something that we can do in the future each and every year.
I thought it was awful corny.
It's kind of the point.
See what I did there?
Yeah. You know, we did dress up for the occasion.
I mean, we wore ties and everything.
Yours, that's not. You tried to choke yourself.
I need to matches my outfit.
So, I'm still a little salty. I was promised a tuxedo T-shirt.
Well,
but our T-shirt guy, no, he wasn't even going to be here for next week.
Yeah, man.
When we had to flop a 20 and flip a corny.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
They couldn't get here regardless. I couldn't find anybody that'd make them fast enough. So, but anyways, let's. So next week,
we don't know what's going on.
We've got 20 Beckham supposedly that's going to be here at 6 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, we got Brandon Brewer, the Bath County football coach. So that'll be for next week. So tune in for that. Anything else, guys, before we wrap it up?
No.
What should they do? What's be called to action for this week?
Well, it's the same thing as it is every week, but it ain't working. So
you never know. Well, I mean, we got sound right now, so I mean,
we do.
And it's
subscribe to our Facebook page. It's 99 cents. Come August 24th, our Saturday show is going to be subscription only. So if you want to hear that show, you're going to have to go sign up for it. And
hear the rest of the wild and crazy guys.
Merkel 4 Horsemen would like to thank you for listening to From Corner to Corner. Be sure to go out and follow us on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Whatever podcast platform that you listen to us on, be sure to go out and give us a 5-star review. Thanks as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week. We do what we do for our communities, our teams, our coaches, our students, and our students. Thank you, sir. Catch you guys next week.
We have 2 corners, right? Don't we have 2 corners? From corner to corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
No. You said from corner, coach's corner. We have 2 corners.
Darren, you threw off my stay safe, friends.
That's my job.
We don't want you to stay safe this week. You know what? Live on the edge. If you want to get on the bridge and shut the interstate down, by gosh, do it.
for 6 hours.
On that, stay safe, friends.